most of you know we have a quarterly update for our partners. And sometimes we have Perville on and sometimes we don't. And tonight we are hoping to have him on. Um, Today was a national holiday in Haiti. It is the anniversary of the death or the assassination of Jean-Jacques Dessalines. And he is, Peterson, would you say he's kind of like the George Washington of Haiti?
Yes, you could say that. He's the first president of the country, and he's considered to be the replacement of Toussaint Louverture.
Okay. And
Yes.
he was a military hero as well, correct?
Yes.
So today, this is a picture on the right-hand side of they had an assembly after class today at St. Francis. So these are all the kids looking like kids everywhere who are in an assembly, yawning and covering their heads and acting bored. But they had the whole school in there and some special speakers and prayers. School started in Haiti on October 7th. This is a picture that they sent us from the kids on opening day at Nouvelle Cité. And they had a big assembly once again at St. Francis with prayers and all the parish staff there. And there's the kids washing their hands before class in the community of Bois Brûlés. There was a lot of preparations done in September to get ready for school this year. We had fresh paint put up at Nouvelle Cité. Thanks to the generosity of our partners. This is just a small picture of the desks and chairs that were made to get some of, to replace some of this furniture at the schools. But you can see the beautiful chairs that were made on the island, beautiful wood and weaving. At St. Francis, we were able to purchase finally, the transportation is opening up a little bit. And so we've been able to get more PVC over to the island. And so they've been able to do a little more creative routing with water into the cistern. At the middle school in Pama, we finally were able to get the windows and the glass door and the special technicians to be able to install them up at the new middle school. So this is going to be the computer lab and library up at Palma. The new kitchen at Bois Brûlés is finished and being used. The middle school at Palma at St. Martha and Mary is we finally been able to add the 9th grade. So we've got 7th, 8th, and 9th graders this year. The Professional Center of St. Francis got themselves started this year. Started with school lunches. These are kids at Tuijac and Ticolet. And the cooks, these are the cooks at St. Francis who make a huge amount of lunch every day for the 1,200 kids there. And as always, it is a real blessing to have the teachers return. This Mr. Ed Bush, who's the coordinator of schools, is on the left, and teachers from St. Francis on the right. But it is a constant struggle to keep students and teachers from leaving the country still. Perville went over with me the enrollment and the kids who finished their final test. They call it the terminal class. So this is like grade 13. So they finally got the results back. And of the kids who passed, he said, well, one of them didn't take the exam. And I said, oh, that's so sad to get that far. And he said, no, he's actually gone to Port-au-Prince to get a visa to move to Brazil. So that kind of churn and brain drain, is still going on in the country. So um, that is just kind of a quick snapshot of what's been going on these past 2 weeks. So, like I said, excuse me, school started on the 7th. We had amazing support from our partners in the US. And so the kids were able to start with, school lunches. The stuff had already been purchased, new furniture, backpacks, and books and supplies. So they're off to a great start. The teachers also received salary increases this year. And so that's a real important part of retaining our teachers. Let's see. So while we're waiting for Pearville, I wonder if um, Peter, if you would want to give a healthcare update.
Sure, I'd be happy to. I talked with Dr. Lazar just about a week or so ago, and the good news is overall it was a very positive Zoom call. He's in good spirits. He's optimistic. I've never talked to him or met him before. It felt like we had a good connection and a good chat, and he seems to be a really interesting, great guy, very well-rounded musician, physician, speaks several languages. That's probably just skimming the surface of Dr. Lazar, but one of his real passions are the mobile clinics, and those are going very well. One of the problems there, of course, is the medication, the lack of getting medicines maybe as consistently as we had in the past, and that's for obvious reasons. We hope that will improve in the near future. But he's still doing his good work, and oh gosh, I was asking him, he sees in a month's time, he may have 100 pregnant patients that he sees. And I'm trying to remember now, about 40 deliver during a month, something like that. Most of those at home still, but he will deliver, or they will deliver 2 to 4 to 5 patients up at Bill Rice. And if they have a real complicated case, they send it down to Wesleyan Hospital. But he didn't report any major problems. One of the problems is we haven't gotten a report from him. And he's very thorough with his reports, but that's because of a lack of a good laptop. And we hope that situation is going to be taken care of soon. Great news, he has some help now. They hired a general doctor who sees patients at Bill Rice. It frees Dr. Lazar up to do more of the mobile clinics. He said, boy, at the end of a day, when he's done a mobile clinic, he's exhausted. And the thought of coming back to Bill Rice and seeing patients is almost impossible, I think, at times. But he has some help there. And that's an experienced doctor. It's not one of the social year doctors that's just coming out of their training. It's an experienced doctor. So that seems to be going well. The other great news is they have identified an OBGYN physician. I'm a retired OBGYN, been down to Haiti a number of times and know that there is an incredible need. Every time I went down, I saw incredible things that I would never see in this country. I operated on patients. So they've got a physician who's contracted now to work 1 day a week. And their salary is going to be $538 a month for that 1 day, which is spectacular. And they also have identified a potential pediatrician, but that person is out of the country right now. They're waiting for them to come back, and they're still negotiating, but they're hoping that person may start soon. So there's lots of good movement going on in the medical arena. again, he said they got most of the medications through the Wesleyan Hospital, and then as Leslie had said, there's this sense that maybe transportation is starting to loosen up a little bit, maybe becoming a little bit safer. I don't even really know what that means. So we'll see. The other good news, fingers crossed, is there has been no Medica Mamba, the peanut product that is given to these malnourished children at 4 and under. We've had no product delivered for almost a year. And I've been in communication with the person that does their sales, and he maintains that what happened was we sent it to a depot, a storage area in Port-au-Prince, and it never left that area. It was stolen or sequestered by somebody else, or it wasn't safe enough to get to that depot to get the product. They maintain that the depot is open now, that they can get the product there. And so we're going to put in an order and keep our fingers crossed and maybe a few prayers, and that product will make it, because they do. Obviously, there are a number of children that are malnourished, and this is a life-saving product. So that's it on my report.
Thanks, Peter. And for those of you who might not be familiar with the Medica Mamba, it's made in country in Haiti, in Cap-Haïtien. So they have they purchase the peanuts. They have contracts with farmers in Haiti, and then they formulate it there. And then we're not really sure if they're going to take it by a truck down to Port-au-Prince or by a boat. So Parrot Bill thinks he's got somebody that can go pick it up, and that's so that is if you think of it as a barometer of how things are improving in some ways on Gonâve, then that's a big step forward, and we can only hope that access to medications could also improve over to Gonâve. Let's see, Sandy, would you feel ready to
Yeah,
give you
I can. I was thinking about the Medica Mamba, Leslie. I mean, I'm sure Perville will get this all figured out, but if it comes from Cap-Haïtien, it might be better to have it go directly from Cap-Haïtien to Gonâve rather than down to Port-au-Prince. I mean, for it to go all the way to Port-au-Prince and back up to the island, that's taking it. That's just increasing risk. But I'm sure.
Well, the company, it was their idea, not ours.
Yeah,
they felt like it's their warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
So they said they can. Oh, now they're able to take stuff. Sometimes Peterson knows this. Like maybe you just know a guy, and you get through certain checkpoints. But yeah, they told Peter that they can get stuff to the warehouse now, and Parabille said get stuff from the warehouse.
It's a good point. They on their website they were sort of this was over a month ago. They'd said, "Hey, we found a new route to Gonâve," and it was a very convoluted, difficult, long route. And when I sent these series of emails, he said, "Oh no, we're able to get to Port-au-Prince now, and the depot was open." So I said, "Okay," and didn't seem that I didn't want to question him, like I didn't believe him, but I did ask him a second time. I said, "So you're sure you can get this product to Port-au-Prince? If so, we want to put an order in." So again, I've got my fingers crossed a little bit on this. I think we all do. But it is a barometer. I think it's true of how things are. And if this is successful, I'll do a cartwheel.
Yeah, you and Barbara Robertson.
Do it on TikTok.
Well, Sandy, would you kind of update us on what's going on with the professional center at St. Francis?
Well, sure. So This information is really comes out of a conversation that that Leslie had with Perville some time ago, and with images that were shared from reports that Perville shared. So the Professional Center of St. Francis and of St. Francis of Assisi, which I'm just going to call the Professional Center for short, is the new name of the Projet Femme program, which is now becoming co-ed, and has they have also started their classes this year. That program has just risen in stature with the local community to the point where they are proposing expansion, both of their physical plant and of operations. So what they're currently working out of is there's a 2-story classroom building that Beatitudes helped to build for them, which is where they have a lot of their it's their base of operations for cooking and also some sewing. And then there's a large classroom that's in the upper floor of the I'm not sure whether that would be the middle school or anyway, it's the upper school at St. Francis. And that's where they do a lot of the sewing classes, at least in terms of learning and working with fabric. There may be sewing machines up there sometimes, I'm not really sure, but what so their idea, and this is largely the director's thought process, Madame Nerlin, whom we have known for some years now, and we just love her to pieces. She's amazing. Would like to expand the project for a number of goals. One is to increase access to local markets, and so she would like it to be so that faculty and students of the program can sell the wares that they make to the local community. They would like to do that not only with sewn objects and other things, but also foodstuffs. And they'd like to have a facility that they can open for use by the local community. So one example of that might be that someone could come in and rent time on a sewing machine that belongs to the program. The person would need to be vetted in terms of the fact that they're competent to use it, because we want to preserve our equipment. But that would be sort of the idea. And then the other expansion would be to actually add additional courses, and cosmetology is one that has been proposed by well, I think it's sort of a popular demand thing, that this is something that people are really interested in learning. So we can go to the next slide. So, okay, I have not yet seen this photo. I'm trying to figure out what I'm looking at. Leslie, can you walk us through what we're looking at here?
Yes, so where it says Emerson on your screen, that is the rectory. Okay, and then the red roof, orange roof building up at the top of your screen is the church. And
okay,
where we've got the blue boxed in that kind of courtyard is where he's proposing putting in these new structures.
Okay, I got you now. All right.
And so there's a wall around the blue on the right and the bottom of the blue box.
Okay. So for anyone who has visited there, this is sort of the back 40 of the campus. And the current Projet Femme classroom, gosh, so there, the largest tree that's on the campus there, can you, yeah, that, okay. Directly above that, I believe there I believe that's the roof of the Projet Femme classroom building. So this will not be far off from the other stuff. And we can go to the next slide. Okay, so there are actually two buildings being proposed. One, Perville refers to the atelier, which refers to as the atelier, which means workshop. That would have three primary rooms. One would be a showroom / shop area, which is where people could sell their wares. The second was one that was labeled on the drawings as a preparation room. I think that may mean foodstuffs, but the drawings weren't, I mean, I didn't have that much granular detail on that. And the third would be a classroom space. And then there would also be a bathroom. The cost of this building is $35,000 and some change. And then if we go to the next slide, so this is sort of the elevation drawing of it. So it's kind of a cool looking little structure. And then the next slide is the footprint. The front room there, the salle d'exposition et de vente, that would be where they would sell things. Salle de préparation in the corner there is the preparation room, and the salle de cours is the classroom, and you can see the toilette there as well. And the let's see, no, I guesstimated the dimensions, but I can no longer see the notes here, so I don't know what that ended up being. Something like 45 feet long. Can you see my notes, Charlotte? I think I have a note underneath.
Nope.
Is that not visible to you? If it's not, it's, we'll just keep moving here. Okay, the next, we can go to the next slide. So then there's a separate building that's being proposed as the cosmetology studio. This will have two primary rooms, one of which is the studio, which I think we would call that the salon or whatever. And then a classroom room and a bathroom. And the cost of this building is almost $29,000. And the next slide will show us the elevation. So a little smaller than the other. And the next slide will that shows you kind of the footprint of the building.
Sandy, can I point out also that if you look in the right-hand corner, the engineer, the civil engineer, and the engineer who not only designed it, but figure out for us the kind of like the estimate of all the different costs and materials they envision. These are the same gentlemen who designed the they are the engineers who designed the middle school.
Okay, I thought this looked like familiar names. Peshley.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a very long, detailed document that he provided for the costs. Okay, and I think there's one last slide where I totaled these costs. So workshop plus cosmetology, the total would be a little over $64,000. There are some questions and issues that I would love to discuss with Perville. That maybe could ask him, if he's able to jump on the call here. But that is what is being proposed. Nothing, we haven't, no final decisions have been made. I can tell you this is not something that Beatitudes can take on by ourselves. And it's also, and I would like to have some more back and forth conversation with him, before any sort of a commitment is made. But in principle, I find the idea to be very attractive. So that's my report.
So, thank you, Sandy. That, we share that with partners because it, it's something that, you know, we've talked about for years of having, a vision with our Haitian partners there on Gonâve of a trade school, and there actually is one there. In We have, for most of our communities and programs, we've got church partners, and this is an example of a program where we have a partner in Beatitudes that they're a partner nonprofit rather than a church partner. And so when Sandy said we're not going to be able to fundraise for this, this is a conversation for us in terms of, you know, you never know who is in our partnership, who may have networks, people who might share the same goals, who might be really interested in post-school career training for students on Gonâve. And this is one of Perryville's many visions for giving people different paths with their education, giving people different options for being self-supporting and staying in Haiti, which is
And
one of the
staying at
most
Gonâve.
important things. Yeah, and staying on Gonâve. So this is just in the vision and design stage. Perryville has done his part and presented to us how he would like to proceed, what he wants it to look like. He's got his, you know, just like we did with the middle school, our partners design their buildings, they're going to be in their communities. The it's going to be there in the middle of town for everybody to see, and students from all over the island to attend, probably mostly from Montsegawe. But so he's done his part in getting us the information that we need to get started and seeing if we can find some funding partners for this exciting new project.
Yeah, and there are aspects of this that are really exciting. I mean, there's a real self-sustaining or sustainable, I should say, aspect of it in terms of, you know, that they want to sell things and you know, earn the money from that, and the renting, you know, opening it to the community and for rental fee, you know, that produces income for the program. And so there's a lot about it I really like. That I don't think that any of the furnishings are, I mean, this is just buildings. I don't think there are any furnishings included in this. And some other questions I have are will the buildings be constructed so that a second story could be added, for example? Because, you know, there's just, that courtyard is not that large. So if buildings could continue to go up, that would be nice. But
Yeah, I think I asked him that and he said no, but maybe there's something that got lost in translation. The other new program that Perryville has requested that we are pulling out of undesignated funds, the board took a vote on this, is they wanted to expand musical instruction in the schools and become a satellite campus for the St. Trinity Music School in Port-au-Prince. And those of you who are around maybe 5 years ago when Perico was there, he was a seminarian who came over and they were going to divide the parish in half, and the vision was he was going to come on and be the second priest. Well, that didn't happen, but he was assigned to St. Trinity church, which is the cathedral in Port-au-Prince. And so he was assigned there, and they have a really famous school that trains music teachers and conductors. And so they're trying to expand in a couple places in the country and wanted to send 2 instructors over to Gonâve who would augment the teaching that they do there and then also provide lessons like after school and help prepare. I think they get music now in middle school, but now they're taking it down to the primary level, going up to the 12th grade, but not the terminal class, because the terminal class kids would be starting at, 17 years old. So I think we might evolve to that eventually. So anyway, we've got 2 instructors there now who are teaching, and then they also offer music lessons to the public if they would like them. But I will share with you some of the amazing videos and they have they are they house the professional symphony and orchestra for Haiti. So when dignitaries come, when they installed the new inaugural council and governing council in Port-au-Prince, that's the symphony that goes to play for things like that. Before all the problems started in the country, they were traveling around the world and playing with different hosted by different symphonies and stuff. So that's an exciting new thing to see. So I think to make good use of everybody's time, if we could open up our call to some questions. And Peterson, I'm going to give him another 5 minutes and then you can jump off. Thank you. Appreciate you. Got any questions, Claire Berry? You're muted.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm on my son's computer, but the only question I had was I was really interested in the music program. So has that started? And so it's 2 professors now, you said, over here. What is there a cost on this new program?
It's the instruments are being furnished by the program, St. Trinity. So we're just paying their salaries. It's $1,200 a month for the 2. So we voted as a board to take from unrestricted funds for the 3 months at the end. It's our operating budget for this year is we can fund that, but we would love to find some partners to continue funding that in our next fiscal year.
That's an exciting new twist. I like it.
It's super exciting. Yeah.
How are they managing the instruments? They're not, I mean, are they bringing them to the island and leaving them there so that students have access to them for practice and stuff?
He described it like a library.
Oh,
Like
okay,
the students get an instrument to check out for the year.
Okay.
Yeah. So some of this, they did have some instruments already at St. Francis. And another one of those miracles.
And I'm assuming this is primarily at St. Francis at this point.
Yeah, it is. And I don't really see how to expand it really beyond that, but we'll see.
Okay.
What else is on here? Rose, do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Okay. Sydney, are you still on here?
There he's on.
Okay, or BD. Kristen, what do? You don't call it Desaline Day. What's the name of the holiday?
Well, there's not a name for it. Everybody knows it's the anniversary of the death of Dessalines, but usually there are a lot of celebrations. I mean, when I say celebration, people are aware of the day off and they take advantage to do different things, like in the schools, they have activities, meetings to talk about that. The politicians, the politics, they would go to the tombs and do ceremonies, giving speeches, and but during that same day, you will see different other things, parties too. There are these things. I mean, it's a day off. I say people are traveling. For instance, in my part of the world now, there are probably many people coming from down to Port-au-Prince or Pétionville to spend times there because it's a different area. There are trees and the temperature is nice, so they come to drink and have fun. Yes,
Peterson,
say
are you,
all that, but part of the entire thing. Yes.
are you
I
still
want,
staying in the Port-au-Prince area?
Yes, it's part of the Port-au-Prince area
Okay.
because I think I'm 30 minutes away from the airport. Not 30, let's say 45 minutes away from the airport,
okay.
but about 20 going downhill, it's 15 minutes to reach Pétionville, but
Okay.
uphill, it's a little longer, maybe 25 minutes, 30 minutes from Pétionville.
Okay, all right. Is
But
the
I'm still in
National
Port-au-Prince
Museum
though.
open now?
I'm not sure because
Okay,
that area, it's been a while that I haven't been to that area. But last time I checked, it was, there were several gang members. I mean, the gangs were acquiring territories in that part in Port-au-Prince, and most of the businesses, they went up to Pétionville. So that's
I see.
what I know. It's been a while that I haven't been down there.
that would be heartbreaking. That museum is beautiful, really
Yes. I mean,
beautiful.
isn't that they would take the museum itself, but since they are in the area, this would make it impossible for the
Yes,
museum to function.
yeah.
It's, yeah.
Well, I think that is where Dessalines is buried, I think. So
Mm.
I was
Yes,
just
same area.
wondering if
Yeah.
that's, there would be, some kind of event there normally.
Probably, yes. Probably. Usually they would have something official in the morning. Yeah, to honor his memory, giving speeches about what he did and all that.
Well, when I was WhatsApping with Perville today, he was telling me, oh no, the kids are in a program right now. But so I don't know if you can see this. I'm lifting it up. I said, oh, I know who that is. I got this one time when it's like embroidered. Thank you for, our independence. But I was like, he said, yes, that's who it is. So I got this in Gonâve one time. Is there anyone on the let me see. Rachel, do you have any questions? No. Is there anybody on the board that would like to add something before we end our call? Now.
No, I would add, I appreciate people being on the Zoom call. I know our partners are important to us. Our partner churches are really important to us. And we really appreciate you being here representing those churches.
Leslie, I wanted to write down, you mentioned the school starting. What was the date you gave for that?
October 7th.
Okay, thank you.
There was a picture in the beginning from Trujac, so you'll want to see the recording.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, I have not heard from dear Perville. So I think we'll end the call here. And so grateful for your time, everybody. This is a really busy time of year on in the school system in Gonâve, and it wouldn't be possible without all of your support because, as I said earlier, they had backpacks, they had books, they have notebooks, they have pencils. The school teachers got a little treat to go buy something new for school for themselves. And I have seen some awesome shoes on some of the teachers. So some women teachers. So, and it once again, as Janelle said, it wouldn't be possible without your support. And they feel our love and encouragement and support, and know that no matter how bad things get in Haiti, we're always there, and we're always there in spirit and in love, and it's we're doing this together. So thanks for your time, everybody. And as I said, we'll have a recording available a few minutes after this. Let me know if you would like me to email you a link, or I probably can get a YouTube link up tomorrow. So thanks. Thank you, Charlotte, for your support. And have a good night. Have a
All right.
blessed.
Thank
Goodbye.
you. You too.
Thanks.